There's no question that Slade is by far the most memorable and the absolute best villain in the Teen Titans series. In this video, we're gonna dive deeper into why he stands out so much and why he's become such an iconic character in the show. One of the things that makes Slade really fascinating is the mystery wrapped around him. When we first meet him, everything about him is a big unknown. We don't get any backstory, no real name, and no sad or tragic events that explain why he turned bad. Nothing at all. This is pretty unusual because in most shows, villains usually come with some sort of origin story that helps us understand their motives or how they became the bad guy. But Slade is different. He's this shadowy figure who always hides behind a mask, and rather than being up front, he works quietly behind the scenes. He pulls strings in the background, carefully manipulating events without anyone seeing him coming. He's always one step ahead of the Teen Titans, and that ability to stay in control while keeping everything about himself a secret makes him feel really dangerous and unpredictable.
If your students are going to serve me, they'll have to pass one final exam. Destroy the Teen Titans, and then we'll talk.
What's even more intense is how much he seems to know about the Teen Titans, while they know almost nothing about him. This creates a serious sense of suspense and makes his presence feel bigger than just a normal villain. It's like he's everywhere and nowhere at the same time, watching them closely and controlling what happens without ever being fully revealed. His fighting skills were truly incredible, and what made him stand out wasn't just his physical strength, it was his intelligence and cleverness in battle as well. Every time he faced off against the Teen Titans, it wasn't about just overpowering them with brute force. Instead, it was all about outsmarting them. Slade wasn't the type of villain who would rush headfirst into a fight throwing punches wildly. No, he was much more calculated than that. He would carefully plan his moves, set tricky traps, and create situations that confused the Titans. He didn't just want to win the fight, he wanted to make sure the Titans were fighting exactly how he wanted and on his own playing field. One of the best examples of this is how he dealt with Robin. He knew Robin was the leader of the team, the glue that kept everyone together. Rather than trying to take out every single Titan, Slade focused specifically on Robin's mind. He planted seeds of doubt in his head, making him question his own values, his ability to lead the team, and sometimes even his own sanity.
What happened?
You are hurting me.
Slade ran right by you! How could you let him get away?
But, Robin, there was no one there.
Their relationship is honestly one of the most interesting and complex hero-villain dynamics you can find. Slade didn't just want to break Robin, he wanted to shape him, to twist him and turn him into someone like himself. He saw the potential in him, noticed his determination, his strength, and maybe even saw parts of himself reflected in Robin. Robin absolutely despised him more than any other enemy he faced, but deep down, he couldn't deny that Slade was right about something important. In some ways, they were alike. Both were strategic thinkers, both were extremely relentless, and both had a dangerous habit of getting completely obsessed with whatever goal they set their minds on. This complicated mix of rivalry and connection between them made their clashes much deeper than a simple fight between hero and villain. It was almost like a battle of minds and wills, each trying to prove who was stronger on the inside as much as on the outside. Slade was a truly sinister character, and what made him even scarier was that he didn't have any superpowers. He wasn't some alien, demon, or giant monster like you might expect from a big bad villain, he was just a regular man. Yet, despite that, the Teen Titans feared him more than just about anyone else. Why? Because Slade was incredibly unpredictable. You never really knew what he was planning or what his end goal was. It felt like he was always 10 steps ahead, or maybe even already controlling the whole situation without the Titans realizing it. Even when the Titans managed to defeat him, it never felt like a real win. There was always this unsettling feeling that he would come back, and when he did, he'd be even more prepared than before. Slade had this calm, almost polite way of speaking that made him even more intimidating.
I am the thing that keeps you up at night. The evil that haunts every dark corner of your mind. I will never rest. And neither will you.
You hardly ever saw him lose his cool or yell. Instead, his quiet and controlled manner made his threat feel even more real and dangerous. One of the most heartbreaking and cruel things he did in the series was his manipulation of Tara. When she first showed up, Tara was young, unsure, and desperately trying to find a place where she belonged. She had amazing powers but couldn't fully control them yet, and she was really scared that if anyone found out, they'd reject her. This deep fear and vulnerability made her the perfect target for Slade's manipulation. He didn't just appear as a villain to her, instead, he acted like a mentor who could help her master her powers.
You need more than obstacle courses to overcome your problem. You need a teacher, a mentor. Come with me, Tara, and I can teach you to shine.
But behind that fake kindness, Slade was actually grooming her to be a weapon for his own purposes. He didn't just train her physically, he messed with her mind, twisting how she saw things. He planted doubts about the Titans in her head, convincing her that if she made any mistakes, they would abandon her.
You don't really believe they're your friends, do you, Tara?
They took me in, gave me a home.
And when they find out what's wrong with you, they'll reject you, like everyone else.
This shows just how cruel and calculating Slade really was. He wasn't just trying to defeat the Titans by force, he wanted to destroy them from the inside by turning one of their own against them. He also caused a lot of pain and trouble for Raven. He found out the real secrets about her powers and her past, things she wanted to keep hidden. And of course, he used all that information to his advantage. Even though Slade died after Tara killed him, he didn't stay gone for long. Thanks to Raven's father, Trigon, Slade came back to life, but this time, he wasn't just himself anymore. He became like a messenger or a bringer of doom for Raven's future. He really knew how to mess with Raven's head. He kept pushing the right buttons, constantly taunting her about her dark fate. He made her question if she even had any control over her own life or if everything was just doomed to happen no matter what she did. Raven became the gateway for her father Trigon to come back into the world, and Slade was there just to make sure she felt helpless and hopeless, like there was absolutely nothing she could do to stop it.
You're going to destroy the world, Raven. It's written all over your face.
What makes Slade's character so brilliant is that he isn't just working toward his own goals. He's actually carrying out Trigon's plan. But even while serving someone else, Slade never loses his own unique style of psychological warfare. He's always calm, calculated, and knows exactly how to make his enemies doubt themselves. That's why he stands out from every other villain in the Teen Titans series. His impact lasts long after he's gone. He's not just a bad guy you defeat and forget about. He's the kind of villain who stays in your mind because of how deeply he affects the heroes.